Hi. So, this isn't the most interesting of projects, but I am trying to uh, make a trench around this wall here. I mean, near the wall here. There's 10 spaces between this wall and this. And then we're going to put water there. So, hopefully when I blast, it won't go through the wall and over here. See how it's done that already? Um, just a little bit, enough that I can fill it in later and it'll be okay. And fun fact for you, I have a song called Split Personality by Pink. It's called Split Personality. Pink sings it. And it stuck in my head. I listened to it yesterday, so I don't know why it stuck in my head today. I was trying to find what song I thought I had the song, I think it's called Crash World, but I'm not sure, by Hilary Duff. But I don't think I've ever had that one, actually. But I ended up listening to a bunch of my favorite songs, and then I watched the movie Oscar with Sylvester Stallone. That was kind of fun. I mean, I love the movie Oscar. I just, I wanted to watch something, and I kept thinking of the part in there where he's like, the butler says, "Let me show you the door. There's the door." So I watched that. It's like, I wanted to watch a movie yesterday, but I didn't know what movie I wanted to watch. And then I ended up watching that one, but I don't know. I don't know what movie I expected I wanted to watch, but anyway, and I almost put in Grease because I have it on DVD. Also, and I didn't, but I might today sometime. You know what? We can light these from the side. Oh, and I don't know how you say it, but I just found out yesterday that, and I did not know this before at all. Okay, so I don't know how you say it, but Camp Legume or whatever it's called. You know, how they're saying, if you were here, you know, you're entitled to a lot of money, right? So, I found out that my uncle, who is suffering from apparently multiple kinds of cancer, unfortunately, went there or was stationed there, you know, and I'm like, oh, great, you know. So, so I had a bad dream the other day about my other uncle. I've got, how many left? Okay, let's hear. 3 on my dad's side that wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 4 between my dad and my stepmom, which I usually don't call her that. I usually just call her mom. But I only say stepmom on here because I have said that my mother mom passed away. So I don't want anybody getting confused that I'm talking to ghosts or something. So I have 4 between them that I can think of. And then I've got my Uncle Jimmy, my Uncle Gerald, and my Uncle Billy Jack. And I had a really bad dream about Uncle Jimmy the other day, and it turned out he's perfectly fine. He's the one that keeps getting cancer in the one spot, apparently. I thought it was multiple spots, but apparently it's one spot. And they keep doing surgery or whatever, you know, keep giving him a treatment for it. And then it goes away for a little while, and then it comes back again. But he keeps kicking its butt, you know? But apparently Uncle Billy Jack has it in multiple spots, and he desperately needs some prayers. I usually don't ask for prayers in my videos, but yeah. So, the problem is, though, that by the time this video comes out, I'm not finishing that sentence because I don't want it to be true. Anyway. So yesterday, my Uncle Jimmy calls up and, you know, lets me know definitely he's alive, he's safe, he's okay, you know. And my Aunt Cheryl, she passed away in 2020. Which is why I'm like super worried about the whole family. My mom's side of the family, because Aunt Cheryl passed away in 2020, and that was Uncle Jimmy's wife, or in his mind still is. But he has found a new friend. But the reason why I'm like super worried about the family is that, okay, so Aunt Cheryl went to heaven in 2020 and Mama went to heaven in 2021, and then Christmas 2022, their older brother, my Uncle Jerry, went. So, yeah. I'm wondering, is anybody gonna go in 2023, and who is it? You know? I don't like thinking that way. I really don't. Anyway. So this isn't the most interesting video that I'm making, but people seem to like it when I explode stuff. And okay, so up here, I don't see where. I really don't see where. Oh no. Okay. It's kind of laggy. Oh, it's a lot laggy. Never mind. Okay, so yesterday I was setting this up. I was not gonna set it off until later, and then I didn't realize that it was gonna set it off. Okay. Anyway, there's a big problem with the other end over here because I don't know if it's finished or not, which is why I didn't want to blast this yet. You'll see what I mean when I get there. So there's a whole bunch of grass over there on the other end, and it doesn't have the blast wall. The other side, it totally had the blast wall. But the other side may have the big problem of I have to go and fill in stuff. in the event that the blast wall wasn't up at that point, I will probably stop the video. Okay. Keep seeing spots that I'm like, oh no! But it's just lag. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh yeah, I forgot the water's over here. Saving grace. No, I figured that the right side was going to look like the left here. Anyway, I took a big chunk, a big chunk of the time while I was watching Oscar to go and put this together. And Oscar's a good movie. So he's a Sylvester Stallone is a gangster, and he's trying to go straight because his dad, just before his dad passed away, I know, a lot of death talking, huh? But anyway, just before his dad passed away, he made him promise to go straight, to not be a gangster anymore. So he goes and sets up to where he can be a banker. He's going to put his money in the bank, and, he's going to help keep the bank alive. And so on the day that they're supposed to set up the deal so he can be a banker, like, everything under the sun happens. Usually he doesn't wake up until 10 or something like that. I just watched this yesterday. I don't know. But anyway, he doesn't wake up until 10, so his accountant gets him up at 8 something. The linguistics coach, the guy that's supposed to help him talk a little better. Because some people from New York have a really New York accent, and okay, according to Hollywood, is the ones from the Bronx. So they got a thick accent, and you can't necessarily understand what they're saying, or they talk, instead of saying, "How now, brown cow," they would say, "How now, brown cow," that kind of thing. Not with a southern accent, though. I couldn't think any good sentences. But anyway. So anyway, it's just really funny. Tim Curry's in the movie. I think his name's Don Amici. Um, um, there's an actress from one of the episodes of Briscoe County Jr. called Mail Order Brides. She's a pretty good actress, but I've only seen her in the 2 things. Maybe 3. But I know I've seen her in those 2 things. And it's funny because they were supposed to get married in Briscoe County Jr. The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. TV show. They're supposed to get married, but their chests of, stuff that's supposed to make them marryable got stolen by the bad guys. And so the guy said that they couldn't get married because the chest has gotten stolen. So Briscoe County Jr. was tracking the bad guys down anyway, or I think he was supposed to track them down anyway. So the ladies tagged along. There was 3 of them. One of them had, long, pretty hair, and the bad guys cut it off for some reason. But anyway, and then in Oscar, I don't know which one came first either, now that I think about it. But anyway, in Oscar, she's pretending to be, Sylvester Stallone's character is named Angelo. Anyway, so she's pretending to be his daughter. And there's a, big, comedy drama with that one too. So, and there's a little black bag. It's not really little, but that's how the cop that's watching the place says it. He goes, "A little black bag." He says a lot funnier though. That's making me want to watch Johnny Dangerously with Michael Keaton. So I kind of like movies where, it's the mob and you're watching and you're hoping it's a happy ending, but it's, like Oscar where it's a comedy, or Johnny Dangerously where it's a comedy, or Dick Tracy where it's not a comedy but it's still lighthearted more than like The Godfather, I've never seen the Godfather movies. I have no interest in seeing the Godfather movies. Anyway, so So I kind of hope you could see how laggy it was, because that's like, wow. Because usually it's like Preston and he's saying it's laggy, but you really can't tell that it's laggy. Or he's not showing the screen at that time or something, you know. Okay, so like I said, this isn't the most interesting project, but now that I'm blasting with TNT, you know, it's more fun. You know, the original idea was to just go and make it to where I could see the ocean is there as far as the eye can see when I'm going across to New York or the Amazon island. But then we finally found the top of Ireland, and so now I can, although there's a, oh, I did build that, never mind, or I started to. A hotel or motel that they went to. I think I put hotel, but I definitely meant motel. You know, it's not a big 5-story structure with a lot of rooms and yeah, it's a little small thing. I just woke up maybe an hour ago. Oh, dang it. Okay, so I've been taking turmeric. It's not a paid advertisement or anything, but I've been taking that for my knees. And it's actually been working. So I try to take it as close to 8 o'clock as possible. I need to start setting an alarm. So I need to start setting an alarm. I know I probably just said that, but I don't know what the headset picked up before it died again. This time it's actually dying. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I need to charge it, but I don't charge it until it's dead. It seems to charge better that way. Of course, Ireland isn't this little tiny box thing here either, though. I still need to find out where Disneyland actually goes. Because Disneyland would definitely be way right into the south of New York. Of course, okay, so Disneyland needs to be in the story because I haven't named it by name because I haven't asked them if it's okay to put the name of the theme park in my books yet. And I don't exactly know who to ask anyway. I mean, yeah, Disney, but, Disney is a very broad idea there. So, anyway, I need to find, and I want to figure out where Disneyland actually goes. And then I want to find, I've got to put in San Francisco. Pretty sure I need to put in San Francisco. And San Francisco, definitely Disneyland. I think San Diego. Wherever SeaWorld is, they definitely went to that too. Although I don't know if they went to SeaWorld California or if they went to SeaWorld Florida. Off the top of my head right now, I think they went to SeaWorld Florida. So I gotta figure out where Florida is compared to New York, and yeah. Dang. So, since I talk about a wide range of things in my videos, there is the thing where on my Dreamlight Valley videos, just so you know, I am almost done with the Night Thorns for the September Star Path, and then I will be done with the Star Path. There's supposed to be, I don't know when, but there's supposed to be another thing with the Forgotten. I still haven't figured out if there's supposed to be a mission with Ursula today and yesterday. Cause there's been stuff daily for Ursula. She got a new Vanessa skin, and I like that because then you can find her. The only thing you have to worry about is her falling asleep before you get to talk to her. and she doesn't do that until 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that's not too bad. And anyway, I haven't bothered to find out if there's any more things. Like there was a mission where Ursula had done something nice. She made Anna a chocolate fountain. And the only problem is that Anna, had too much chocolate. So we had to help her out on that one. And then there was another one where Olaf and a snowman teddy bear thing, a snowman plushie. Yeah, we'll call it that. A snowman plushie. Except for that, it looked a little dirty, so Olaf gave it a bath. Well, then it kind of fell apart and the magic fell out of it. And so we had to help with that. And Olaf decided that, okay, we're going to repair the plushie, and then we're going to give it back to Ursula as a present. And then and a bouquet of flowers. So we did that, and Ursula's like, oh, wow, you guys are being nice, even though I try to do something mean, So she's kind of, her character seems to be realizing that, it's better to be nice. It's pretty awesome. So I'm coming up with a new story idea. And I mean, it's been a story idea that I came up with before, but I haven't really written it out. Like, I started to write it out, and then I got writer's block. So, the idea is that my character Michael, he got adopted by his girlfriend Daisy's parents because his brother wasn't taking care of him very well. He said we need to go grocery shop. Michael said that we need to go grocery shopping, and his brother said, come back later, I'm sleeping, because he was sleeping. But okay, let's watch that then. Oh no, more holes to fill. I totally said that like Uncle Jesse on Full House. More rooms to clean. It was that episode where Joey goes on the college tour and they make him his own room. And then, funnily enough, the very next episode, that room is gone. Yeah, the very next episode, that room is gone, and they have the ferret episode where there's a ferret in the house, and mysteriously, Joey's room that they took so much time to put together last episode is gone. But then it's back again, like, the episode after that, I think. See, that wall right there is the one that I'm worried about. Because it's not finished yet. I started to finish it and didn't get that far. But, okay, so anyway. So Michael's adopted, and then, Michael met Daisy when they were 4 years old. And when they first met, his parents needed to get somewhere quick, but their car had broken down, or they missed their flight or something like that. I think it was their car broke down. Anyway, so they asked if they could go with them to the next port of call. The next place that they were going to stop. And they got permission, and so they went on deck, and it's decided that that's where they're going to sleep. At the time, I was like, they're just extras at this time. At least the parents and Michael's older brother, Kevin. They're just extras. They can sleep on the deck. And, downstairs is pretty full anyway. So, they meet there, and then after Michael and his family goes where they're going to go, Daisy's upset. She's like, do you think Michael will be there? Because they're going to SeaWorld, except for I didn't call it that. I don't remember what I called it. But anyway, they're going to SeaWorld. And I think I just said that they were at the whale exhibit or whatever. And it just so happens that they sit down right next to Michael. No Kevin in that scene, but definitely Michael. So they have fun together again, at the anyway, they have fun at SeaWorld. And then, of course, Michael goes home with his grandma, I think it was. Grandma or aunt. And Daisy and family go off where they're going to go. I think to Texas. Because Sean was supposed to be in, I think Sean was supposed to be in Florida, and he got deported to California, something like that. There's a reason. You'll have to read my book to find out why. But anyway, so years later, there's a new boy in school. Daisy's 11, and there's a new boy in school, but she's got a cold, so she can't go to school. So everybody else in the house can go to school, and I had to go and readjust some things I need to go and readjust some things. So I just realized one of the characters is talking, and unless he got held back, which would not happen in that house, unless he got held back, he wouldn't be there. Because I decided Leonardo and Jonah are the same age. So they are, in fact, in their first year of junior high, which I think is secondary school for at least England. I don't know how that whole secondary school thing works, so I just know how it works in America, unfortunately. But anyway, so 7th grade. Jonah and Leonardo are definitely in 2nd grade. And Sean Crenshaw and Daisy and Hayden and William Pendragon, they are all in 6th grade. So a different school. So, I had the foreknowledge to say that Jonah wished that he could go back to 6th grade for a day to to go and try to see what the see what the thing was, because Daisy had a good feeling about going back to about going to school that day, but she didn't feel good, so they didn't let her go to school. And Jonah wanted to go back to 6th grade to find out why. But I made it like 6th grade was a whole different school, and then I went and proceeded to write it like they were in the junior high. Because usually, at least this is the way it was in California, usually you've got one school for kindergarten through 6th grade. Except for, my school, it was kindergarten through 3rd. And then you've got another school that is 7th and 8th grade. That's middle school. And then you have another school that is 9th through 12th grade, high school. Except for, like I said, my school, I had Head Start at one school, and then across the street from that was the grade school that was kindergarten through 3rd. And then across town, by the railroad tracks even, was 4th through 6th grade. And then I didn't know what I was going to do for junior high because there's no schools that close. I would have had to ride the bus or something. But my parents got divorced and we moved. My parents got divorced and we moved into the house that my stepmom was staying in. They were renting it from friends, and they being my mom and my brother and sister, and so they were renting it from friends, and we lived there for quite a long time. But the junior high was not that far away from the house. So at that point, I was like, I'm like wanting to branch out, go to, farther away places. I go, what am I going to do? Go to the school at, Mary Bird, I think it was. But that's where the kids that like to cause trouble in class, that's where they ended up. Or the ones who don't like to study, or, Anyway, so it turned out that I didn't go to that school because, like I said, that's for the other, that's for, the, I don't want to say troublemakers, because maybe not all of them were troublemakers. And I think that is where some of the young mothers went to. Anyway, so my high school was like pretty far from the house. It was within walking distance, but it was pretty far. Better on a bicycle, but I didn't always remember my bike lock, and my bike got stolen, and that's a whole different story. It was one of those days when I was running late. I didn't want to miss class, but so I left it in the bike rack, and it disappeared. So, let's see here. Oh, I was telling you guys the story. I keep getting distracted, but I was. So, years later, not years later, but, okay, so when Daisy's 11, it turns out that Michael is in is in at least one of her classes. And she's not entirely sure it's the same Michael, but he's very polite. He's, when he meets people, he actually shakes their hand. Leonardo dropped his pencil and he goes, "Hi, I'm Leonardo," and Michael introduces, "Hi, I'm Michael." And, he's like, not trying to get too much on the first date kind of thing. When they eat lunch together, he and her cousins think that he's too good to be true. But he's actually like that. So then later, they have triplets, and then 18 years later, or it would probably be 19 years later, 8 or 19 years later, his parents come back, and they were supposed to have been dead. So he's really mad at them, and he, what is that? Oh, that's the airport. Okay. Cool. Hey, could you cut up the pie? Well, I'm like, we didn't do the pie, and we didn't do the pie, and we didn't do the pie. It's in the refrigerator. So, it's not, like a bad thing. So, I'm just going to fill in these holes. Anyway, so he gets mad at them, but he does invite them to dinner so far. And I decided that, Michael and Daisy's oldest girl, she's not the oldest of all their kids, but their oldest girl is 18 or 19 at this point, and she gave birth to a little boy. What? Okay, so, sometime between the summer where Holly was 18, that's the daughter, sometime between when Holly was 18 over the summer and the next year, which would be, the year that we're talking about, sometime between there, she gave birth to a baby boy, and she's now pregnant with a baby girl. And everybody in the household is trying to find out if Michael's parents really are who they say they are, because, you know, anybody can get plastic surgery to look like somebody else. And what their intentions really are, you know. Are they going to be the nice people that they used to be? And are they going to be the nice people that they used to be, or do they have ulterior motives where they're going to kidnap one of the kids and try to make them a spy? And this is actually after the summer where this is after the summer where they got rid of Michael's wild side. Well, his handsome wild side. Okay, so no, we're not done yet. Oh, and I'm sure you can hear, and if you can't, be happy. But I am definitely playing with a controller on Xbox. I used to put those Xbox, and then I stopped for some reason. You know, because, like, sometimes you're watching the video and you play on Xbox and you're like, wow, that'd be neat if I could do that, and then you try to do it and you can't. Like one of the YouTubers I watched, TSMC-Minecraft, not a paid advertisement for him either. I just like his work, and, you know, I'm going to give him a shout out. Anyway, so, you know, sometimes he likes to decorate with shulker boxes, and you can put, you know, on computer, you can go and put stuff on top of a shulker box just as if it was any other brick. Well, on Xbox, you can't do that. So it's really annoying. It's like, okay, what brick do I use? So I usually come up with something that's a similar color or the exact color and use it like concrete or something. Oh, and I found out something really weird. Because one of my other YouTubers, Waddles, I think it was. Well, it was either Waddles or Skip the Tutorial. One of those two. Anyway, they were talking about terracotta, and their terracotta looked like it was supposed to be red. And it wasn't red terracotta, you know? It was just terracotta. And ours looks brownish. Okay. Anyway, so he was talking about terracotta, and it definitely looked red. It looked, it looked like a darker version of the red concrete. So, I mean, it could be, going from the game screen to the Twitch or whatever they're using to make their videos with. But I don't know if it would make it that color, because terracotta here is usually brown. Okay, just going by that, looks like we're almost done. So anyway, the story idea is going to be a work in progress because Jonah says that he wished he could go back to 6th grade. Well, if they're in the same school, wouldn't it make sense for him to say that? Because they might have same, the same kind of classes. Unless there's 6th grade history and 7th grade history. I don't know. Anyway, I think that's what I came up with, though. That, that there's 6th grade classes, 7th grade classes, and 8th grade classes. Because I realized I wrote that like she's in junior high, thinking that Jonah was in high school, so. Which doesn't make any sense, because he's only a year older than Daisy. So, okay. One last hole to patch up, and then hopefully this won't happen again. Hopefully. Okay. So, this wall is not completely finished. I will show you. See? Blasting wall and dirt. No, we're not going to take this whole entire dirt down this way. We're going to blast it. But I will blast it when it's all set up and ready to go. I just wanted to make, a video to show, look what we're doing. And, put in some explosions. Because those have been popular in the past. I hope they're continuing to be popular. So I made a GTA video yesterday. I made sure it was a short. Because there was something in there that if you make 6 shorts that make 3 million views or more, that you're in. I just don't know what to make a short out of, I know it's 3 minutes or shorter. Or is it less than 3 minutes? Anyway, I'm gonna have to set a timer and make a 2-minute long video or something like that. Okay, so I can't I can't blast like over here, because over here needs the blasting wall. Only problem is that it goes all the way over to here and still isn't done yet. Over to here. I'm not going to make you watch that whole thing either. I'm going to do that off camera. And I'm going to set up more TNT. And the reason why we're using TNT instead of like the lightning is because I don't know how to use the lightning. See, this wall goes this way, and this way, and this way. Okay, so when I decided to make the ocean, I went a little crazy. I made it really, 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 really long this way, and really, 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 really long the other way. And you know, because it's supposed to be an ocean, so it's big, it's empty, you know. I'm probably gonna move the Three Little Pigs house to Iceland or yeah, just saying. I'm probably gonna move the Three Little Pigs houses to I'll think of it to Greenland or Iceland. Because right now they're in the middle of the ocean and you can pretty much see them, I think, from... Well, you can see them from the shore. Not that we're going to go on that part of the shore, but... yeah, you can see them in Ireland. So, that's not okay. They were just a thing that I wanted to build, you know? And technically, if it was made out of sticks, wouldn't it be made out of, like fence pieces? You know, that's something that should be in Disneyland also. That is, oh my gosh. Okay, so I know Three Little Pigs wasn't originally Disney's either, but you know, they do have a short that they made. That is Three Little Pigs. Wonder if anybody else has trouble with their headset just turning off randomly like that. I mean, I've been told that mine does it because I'm not actually in a party. But then even when I'm in a party, you know, not actually talking to another person, but when I'm in a party, it does it too. Okay, so... So I want to put the music like I did before, but I don't know how to do that when you're streaming. But you're at least getting the Minecraft music, which is better than some of my other videos. You know, I realized that some of my videos were like not as interesting as they could have been because they didn't have music. Okay, we'll try that. Yeah, that took care of it. Hi, Sam. Mama's gonna get up in a minute. Mama's gonna get up in a minute. And he's settling down. Okay, so... I am gonna get up in a minute. I'm gonna, in the video, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna come back down, eat my apple pie, and continue this project. I think it was apple. Pretty sure it was apple. I mean, that was a few days ago. Or a couple of days ago. Whatever. I think a few days ago. Yeah. Anyway, we both kept forgetting about it. And then today he has to be to work at 11. So I'm like, oh, perfect opportunity. Okay. And I'm going to go until... Okay, that stopping point that I just put doesn't count, but, because I accidentally left that way. That's what I was talking about. Okay. That song will actually get you copyrighted, but they allow it. So how's that work? And how do you copyright a song that's like 400 years old? I don't actually know how long that song is. I mean, how old that song is. But it is pretty old. And how do you copyright that? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. the yellow's up here to tell me where I was, because, it's like the guardrail. Or like, they say put a string from the house to the barn, assuming you have a barn, in winter, so you can find where so you can go between the two. I don't remember where I learned that on, but it was a movie or a story. Some kind of movie or story where that happened. And might have been, I don't know, but it might have been a Nancy Drew book. I've learned some pretty weird things with Nancy Drew books. Like, if you're careening down the hill, going down really, really fast, you might be able to shift into a lower gear, so it slows down the car. I mean, if you shift into a lower gear, it might slow down the car. I've never tried it, that's why I'm saying might. It might be one of those things where the Carolyn Keene person, because the ones that I'm talking about, they're from the late 80s, early 90s. And I think they had like a call center, except for instead of a call center that they had, why am I not blasting this? Oh, because it's too high up. Anyway, like they had a call center worth of people, but on computers or typewriters, and some of the, I'm assuming some of the female writers, I'm just assuming, I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming some of the female writers weren't happy with men sometimes, because, most of the time Nancy's like, oh Ned, I love you. And then there's some books where she's like, I don't care about you, go away. And it's like, that was so random, since she was so lovey-dovey with him in the last book, And I think the idea was to go and show that, no relationship is perfect. You do have your ups and downs, but it's just the way that it happens in those books. Well, like, book 8. Normally, Nancy's, look at a mystery from every angle and see what really happened. But in 2 points, I think it's 2 points to murder, a basketball teammate of Ned's is accused of doing something, because I can't remember what it was. There was unless I'm mixing my stories, there was a tackling dummy or something like that got put up hanging from the basketball hoop. Something like that. And anyway, so Ned's friend got accused of doing all this stuff, and Nancy's like, yep, he did it. She never actually came out and said it, But she's like, yep, he did it, and I want to spend time with Ned, so, he did it. And it's like, normally she would go and try to figure out if he's done it, if he's, guilty, who's trying to frame him. Normally she would look for who's trying to frame him, But this time she was just like, you did it. So then Ned gets mad, and if I remember correctly, they ended up breaking up at the end of the book. And then, yeah, and then there's other books where, they totally are lovey-dovey, and there's even a book where they're hanging out in San Francisco. I don't remember why they were in San Francisco, though, because they were in San Francisco for one thing, and they ended up in a mystery. Not instead, but, as well as. I only read it once, though, so I don't really remember it. And, of course, we lost our books in storage, so if that's where we lost our books, I think that is where we lost our books, so. My husband kept saying there were no books in the storage, and that didn't make any sense. But for a while there, it was like every apartment that we took our books to, that was like doom. We were going to lose the apartment. So, yeah. I don't know. But anyway, I may be getting a job, at least temporarily, for the holiday season. I'm only saying holiday season this time because, because it's not just going to be at Christmas in December. It's going to probably be November as well. But anyway, I might be working at the UPS box store. It specifically says the box store, but it is a UPS, so it's a little confusing, but there. Anyway, I'm just... So I'm a little worried that I'm gonna mess up and not be invited back next year, kind of thing. But the cool thing is I don't have to worry about telling them about how I got fired from Walmart, because he already knows. So, yeah. And I still don't think it was okay, but I'm not gonna drag it up. We're here to explode dirt blocks or grass blocks, whatever these are. I mean, because it depends on how you look at it. They're dirt blocks right now, but you let them sit long enough and they become grass blocks. So and it may be a little slower because you have to take out the... Oh no, that's smart. Okay, so no matter how this turns out, I'm probably gonna have to fill in a bunch of holes again. So we'll end the video. Because I do have to go upstairs. I have to get my pie. Yeah. I don't want to eat in your ear. Oh, and I mentioned turmeric earlier in the video. Again, not a paid advertisement, but it's one of those things that, you know, like say you take it on Monday and you don't take it on Tuesday, it's not going to work as good. But if you take it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc., it will work way better. My husband used to be a vendor for whichever brand it was. He was a vendor at Costco. And it was one of those things where, you know, if you don't sell very many, if you don't sell very many bottles, you're not going to make money, and they're going to put somebody else in there because, you know, obviously you're not good enough, kind of thing. You know, that's just the way the company worked. But he was doing good. You know, he just wasn't able to sell it as well as we would have liked. My husband's definitely one of those people that, you know, if he likes the product, he can sell it. And like say at Walmart, there's, you know, the $155 Blu-ray player that, you know, does digital HD and all that stuff, and there's another one that's only, you know, say $50 and does the exact same thing, but the other one's, you know, the other one's supposed to be the one that we're trying to sell because it's more expensive. You know, he's going to sell you the $50 model. If they do exactly the same thing, you know. I do the same thing, and it drives businesses nuts because, you know, like, they want to sell the most expensive stuff, of course. And okay, wait a minute. Oh, I missed some spots, man. Okay, so I was trying to raise the blast wall and I think I missed. I was going to raise it 10, so it's 10 above the ground line. But I think I missed. Okay, so after this, I am definitely ending the video. So please buy my books from Amazon. Yeah, I have figured out, totally proven, go to Amazon, type in the search line, type Tina Rash books, and you should get all 6 of my books. There will most likely be an advertisement for something else entirely right in the middle of them, so like show 3 of them and then an advertisement and then 3 more. Something like that. And but that's how I look them up. So you should find Pirate's Daughter, Misfortune, Hard Times, Esperanza's Party, The Island, and Adopted Coral. You might find some other people's books too, and you might like those as well. I'm not above trying to, give a shout out to the other people that may show up. But I actually haven't seen any other books show up since I started typing that into the search engine, so that's pretty awesome. And I haven't seen any weird things like, bras with ISBN numbers. I bring that up because that actually happened. And I'm like, okay, so I don't think that the bra is going to get sold if it's in books. And I'm worried that my books aren't going to get sold because everybody's going to be looking at that bra. And actually, I was more upset that a bra had an ISBN number than anything else. But I made it sound like I would like to get both of them, getting some sales. Because I do. But I was more upset that the bra had an ISBN number. I mean, because it didn't even come with the book. It's just a bra. It was really weird. Okay, so yeah, I am gonna end this video. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and make another video another time. Yeah, make another video another time, like like an update video. Show you how the progress is going and all that. Maybe in a week or a few days. So, I hope you're having a great day. Know that you are enough. Know that there's no problem you cannot solve or handle, preferably non-violently. I say that because, people get frustrated in their jobs. Well, I assume it's their job. And they go into the Walmart and decide that shooting is the answer. Shooting is never the answer. I mean, I could kind of see, like, you got a dog with rabies and you have to shoot it or your family's going to get bit and die of rabies. But, I mean, I'm hoping that never happens to anybody. Because we got really cool things called rabies shots. And, hopefully no animal will ever get rabies. But anyway, I hope that you know that you are important too. You matter. It may be a cloudy day mentally today, but it will get better. I've had several days, believe it or not, where, life just sucked because, like, we didn't have enough money to pay all the bills. We were about to get kicked out of our apartment. And every time we get kicked out of a place, we have to go live with the in-laws because, they're the only ones that will take us in. And we usually can't find an apartment that fast, a new one, which is the really awesome thing of buying your own house. Anyway, but it does get better. There are programs out there that can help you get a house. And then you don't have to be stuck paying the $1,600 for a studio apartment where your bathroom is in your living room. I don't know if there's actually a studio where your bathroom's in the living room, but you know what I mean. It will get better. It will. It totally will. Like we've had times when we're living paycheck to paycheck, can't pay all the bills, or we think everything's going great. Like, we had an apartment on David Street, and it was $650 a month. I mean, this was years ago, but it was $650 a month, and we did not have to pay the electricity bill. And at one point they were, if you wanted, I think, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe this was something that I thought would be really cool. But I think at one point they were offering cable or satellite or something like that. If you could pay a little bit more. We couldn't, so we didn't do it. But, yeah, it was like way cool. And then all of a sudden the landlord kind of went crazy and decided that we weren't paying our rent, but we were. We were paying it on time. The day of or a couple of days before. We would always pay our rent, and yeah. So anyway, then we ended up at another apartment where we just couldn't afford it. It was $700, and we weren't making that much. So yeah. But now we've got a lovely mortgage of $1,148. I know there's some people out there that can't afford that much, but it will get. And, if you or a loved one is sick, you'll get better. I mean, if someone's passed away or something like that, yeah, it's gonna hurt for a really long time. I mean, my mom went year before last. She went to heaven the year before last, and I'm still upset about it. Of course, I think that the hospital could have done something a little more for her, but like, I personally think my mom had diabetes. And I think that because Grandma had diabetes. And it just seems like if somebody had diabetes and they got a really bad cold, that it could turn into something that looks like COVID, but not necessarily be COVID. You know? And Mom apparently was having breathing issues and coughing a lot, and I don't know. It just seemed weird because, like, they told us that, they told us that they were worried that she was nearing the end, and then all of a sudden it was, we pulled the plug. It's like, excuse me? You didn't ask us if you were allowed to pull the plug. I've seen movies, I've seen TV shows. You're supposed to ask first.
So far, so good.
You know? I don't know if movies and TV shows, count what's really going on, but I know you're supposed to ask first. Maybe they asked my aunt, and my aunt was like, she'd be better off if, but nobody asked us, me, my sister, my brother. Nobody asked. Anyway, but it'll get better. And just breathe one day at a time. And if you need to talk about it, I've gone through stuff like that. I've got an uncle that's got cancer right now, and one of them's, well, two uncles that have cancer right now. One of them keeps kicking its butt every single time. He's worried that it's gonna kick his butt one of these days. As tough as he's acting, I'm sure that he's worried that it's gonna kick his butt one of these days because it got his mom. But there wasn't as much technology around the subject when she went, so you know he's able to kick cancer's butt now. He's able to say that, maybe you got my mama, but you ain't getting me, Seriously, if he's gonna go, though, I would like him to go in his sleep. Happy. If my Uncle Billy Jack, who's got a lot more cancer, apparently, I didn't realize that until yesterday. Anyway, if he's gonna go, I would like it to be in his sleep, happily. I mean, I'm sure Aunt Robin isn't ready to let go yet. They've been together since they were, they've been together, I've been told, they've been together since she was 16. I don't know how old he was. I never asked. I should probably do that. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you don't realize that you never knew until your loved ones passed. Like Grandma. My grandma, Kane. I never knew that she liked monster movies. For a while there, I never knew that she liked monster movies until until a certain year, and it's like, wow, I could have been watching monster movies with Grandma, you know? But we used to watch other stuff. I don't remember what we would watch, because it was usually something I didn't want to watch. But, I remember TV dinners and home run pies and soda, Pepsi or Coke. Usually Coke, I think, but I remember Pepsi was in there too. And for some reason, the cans always had this, like, dirty film at the top of them. You know, and she'd make sure that we wipe off the top of the can before she'd let me drink it. Well, before she'd let anybody drink it. Not just me. You know, she'd do that to everybody. And I don't know why there was that. You know, it was like dust or something, but it was... I remember it being kind of a white color. Anyway, I hope I've made everybody feel a little better. Seriously, if you need to talk to me about anything, and don't mind putting it on the chat, I will be happy to chat with you. I usually go on YouTube every day and check to see if there is any chat messages. Like, yesterday, might have been the day before, but I think yesterday, no, yeah, the day before, I put on there, I put a comment on one of the videos I was watching that the kitchens were supposed to have, for Dreamlight Valley, the kitchens were supposed to have Ratatouille elements in them too, and people just kept going for the same, you know, going for kitchens that had no Ratatouille stuff at all. And I'm like, you know, I was thinking that people would, you know, stick to the theme. I mean, it was just a suggestion, but, you know, that they would stick to the theme. And I only got 300 moonstones for mine. But one of the people said, wasn't Ratatouille just a suggestion? And I go, well, yeah, but it was on there, and you get more points for it. But apparently, nobody liked my kitchen. Well, not enough people liked my kitchen, because I only got 300 moonstones. I have no idea what I'm going to do for this Dream Snap, so I have put it off for now. So it was something about, maybe we'll go over there real quick. Okay, so I said I was going to end this video, and I have not done that yet. I hope I didn't depress anybody by talking about my uncles and the reason why I have chosen to say this. Oh, and I think it's this month or this week or whatever is Suicide Prevention Week. And that's a big reason why I started doing this. Because, okay, so Provost Park Pass, they always have a message in there. The main guy who does videos on there is Chris. And sometimes his wife Amanda does videos. And I seriously wish that they would let their son Miles do some, you know, do like a video all of his own. You know, where he tells us, how he likes Disneyland or wherever they're going for the day. Like a whole entire video of Miles Cam, Anyway, but they always put a nice message in there. And I'm not entirely, I mean, he never tells us why, but he's always sad about it. About the reason why. So that inspired me to try to cheer everybody up too and make them feel like they've got a friend in me. And also, I do not want any more people ending up like Robin Williams, where he thought the only way out of the misery was to kill himself. That hit me kind of hard, that his family didn't notice that he was suffering. I know that some people get busy with their own stuff and then, they don't notice stuff that they should probably notice. But how did that happen? Seriously, how did that happen? And I don't want that to happen to anybody else ever again. So, I'm mentioning that it's... I don't know if it's soldier suicide prevention solely, or if it's, suicide prevention all around. But I'm gonna, if it is mostly for soldiers, for military that have, like, been in, a war of some kind, I'm gonna upgrade it from just that to that and everybody else in the world. No person gets left behind. Trying to make everybody, feel like they have a friend. So, my headset is totally dying right now, and I've extended this video as long as I'm going to. So, as I've said, I hope you're having a great day. Know that you are enough. Know that there's no problem you cannot solve or handle, preferably non-violently. And I will see you in the next video after I blow up this TNT.